critical nation, and against a people of my wrath.
Right, that's us, the Israelites, the hypocritical nation. Read on.
And against a people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take and spoil, and to make and to take the prey, and to tread them down like mire of the streets.
And as the white man taking our spoil, right? He looted Jerusalem. He sacked Jerusalem in 70 AD. He took all the spoils of silver, you know. In Psalms 79, it tells you that our temple is spoiled, man. You know, read on.
I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. Howbeit, he meaneth not so.
Or howbeit, he meaneth not so. Meaning that the Most High controls you. You're nothing. You have no will. What you do is not, you know, you have no will at all. So you're just default. You're nothing. And the Most High plans what his will is. Read on.
Howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations.
Right, it is in his heart, in his mind, to destroy and cut off nations, man. That's what the white man was created for. You want the proof? That's the proof right there. When we keep telling you, what was the white man created for? To serve as a vessel of destruction. Really, he's meant to serve captivity. But he's the wicked. He's Satan's pawn on this earth.
Yeah.
He's the physical manifestation of the left-hand side, man. That's what he is. And it tells you to cut off nations and to destroy. That's his whole purpose, man. Read on.
Howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither does his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and to cut off nations, not a few.
Not a few, meaning many. Read on.
For he saith, are not my princes altogether kings? Is not Kalnoas, Karchemish, is not Hamath as Arpad, is not Samaria as Damascus? As my hand hath found the kingdoms of the idols, and whose graven image did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria, shall I not, as I have done unto Samaria and unto her idols, so do to Jerusalem and her idols? Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks.
Right, so it says the stout heart. I believe in the book of Daniel it tells you that this white man is stout. Was it chapter 2, I think? It says his look was more stout than his fellows.
Correct.
You know? So that's talking about the white man.
Pride.
You know, the proud man. You know?
It says, for he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it.
By the strength of my hand. The white man boasts. You know, by my strength. No, the Most High gave you that power. You know? So and then you can turn around and say, by the strength of my hand, I have done it. You know?
He said, for he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom.
Yeah, by my wisdom. You know? I don't need God. I'm an atheist. You know, we have science. All that bullshit. You know?
For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a violent man.
Like a violent man. The white man is violent, man. He is the violent man. Right?
Salakia, like a valiant man.
Valiant man.
Valiant.
Valiant means like...
Salakia, brothers.
Valiant means like... Well, he is violent anyway. He's a violent man. But valiant means like... You know... like a leader. You know? Like a glorious militant person. A valiant, honorable person. You know? Like a strong soldier. I mean, he's trying to say that he has the power. By his own power. You know?
And it says... I'll read it again. It says, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. And my hand hath found as a nest and the riches of the people. And as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing.
Right, and that proves that this is talking about the white man. Because if this was talking about the Assyrian captivity, the Assyrians never conquered all the earth, man. They never went even into Africa. They never went up into Europe. They never went up into where China is. You know, they ruled around Israel, Iraq, you know, where the Arabians dwell, Iran. You know, they didn't. If you look on maps of the Assyrian Empire kingdom, their landmass didn't even take up 1/4 of the planet. So it says eggs gathered, I've gathered the whole earth. This is the white man's world, man. It doesn't say Job 9:24. That's a direct precept to that is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who controls the earth? The white man. So what does it mean by I've gathered all the earth? The earth is mine. He controls it. He does as he wills. Read on.
And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathered eggs that are left.
Right, he found the riches of the people. Does not he go to Iraq and get all this oil, the riches of the people? Right? Did he not come to South America and get all the gold, the silver, the ores, the trees? Come up into Canada and get all these minerals?
Gold.
He had found out all the riches of the nations. Right? Read on.
Says, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped.
So no one said a peep when this devil was doing his work, because no one could say shit, man. Because he was doing what he's programmed to do. He was a damn Terminator, man.
Yeah.
No one peeped. No one opened their mouth. They were so astonished at how he came. He just came raw, man. He just came to destroy. Read on.
It says, shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith?
Alright, so you're using the axe and you're hewing the tree. Shall the axe boast against you? Read on.
It says, shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it?
Right.
As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up?
That's right.
Or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood? To 15, right?
That was it?
Is it to 15? 5 to 15?
Come on. That was 15?
Yeah, that was 15.
Alright. Yeah, man, and that's the point, man. You know, and now get so basically we proved that the Most High uses men to do his will. So what makes you think that the men of the Lord will not be used to kill people? You know, to bring the Most High's vengeance. Get Jeremiah 51 and 19, and you get Psalms 44 and 1. You know? Because this whole lesson was showing you how mainly the point was that the elect will be used as a sword. But to go to that, we have to build up a whole lesson, because there's stupid people out there, man, that think we have free will, and you know we're not gonna do what the Lord says. No, you're gonna do what the Most High tells you exactly to do, man.
Con.
You know. First read Jeremiah 51. Yeah, you get it. I told you get it.
Jeremiah 51 and 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is a former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Right, so it mentions Israel. Read on.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Right, so we are as battle axe and weapons of war.
Yeah.
And I don't have to tell you what you do with a battle axe and a weapon of war. You already know what war is, man. You already know what happens in war, you know?
For with thee I will break in pieces nations.
Right, and it tells you for you dumb people, man. For with thee, for us, the Israelites, whoever the elect may be, when that time comes, he's going to break nations with us, man.
That's right, man.
You know?
For with thee, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. And with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee I will break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with thee I will break in pieces man and woman.
Right, man and woman. Break in pieces, man. Not give a one-shot KO. You know? Not put in a bear hug, man. This is break in pieces, man. Up to 22.
And with thee I will break in pieces old and young.
Old and young. So no, we're not sparing age. The little kid, little Timmy. You know? Little Grandpa Jim. We're not sparing them, man. You know?
And with thee I will break in pieces young man and the maid. That's up to
that was the point, you know, because it goes on further, but you get the point of it. Now get Psalms 44 and you get Micah 5 and 7.
Psalms 44 and 1. We have heard with our ears, O Yahweh, our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days, in the times of old, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and plantedest them, how thou didst afflict the people and cast them out.
Right, so hold on. How did the Most High drive out the heathen, the Canaanites from Israel? Did he do it himself? Did he come down? No, he didn't. He used Joshua and the soldiers of Israel.
Come on.
And what did they do? They killed people. Those were his men. What is the Feast of the Blowing of the Trumpets? That's a remembrance of how we took down the city of Jericho, which was a stronghold, man.
Yeah, righteous killing.
And then we spoiled the city, you know? So even back then, it shows you an example of how the Most High uses men to execute his judgment. Because that jackass, man, I think he was, because the whole reason why I did this is because a lot of, like, people come to camp. I think it was that asshole, John 3:16, little short midget.
Yeah.
He said, I think he said, yeah, you guys, you're not gonna kill. And then I think we read that scripture where his battle axe.
Yeah.
Or it was either him or that other idiot from St. Lucia. The one that was saying, as I've been taught, 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah, kind.
I think he was the one that's saying, well, you guys ain't gonna kill people.
Yeah, kind.
And then we read that scripture, and then he still didn't get it. Because that guy's a fucking idiot, man.
Yeah, he's like, I want to see you in that day.
Exactly. I want to stand beside you in that day. Yeah. You don't want to stand beside us in that day, man. You don't want to stand beside us in that day. And that guy's a fucking moron, man.
Yeah, man.
You mean to tell me, as you've been taught by the cracker, 1 + 1 = 2, as you've been taught. You know what I'm saying? If you hear anyone say that, you don't deal with them, man. That's why we don't deal with you 2/3 niggas, man.
Yeah, man.
We can't deal with you.
Yeah.
Your mind, you just came from another dimension. Man.
Yeah, kind.
You know? You know?
Yeah, it says, we have heard with our ears, O Yahweh, our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days, in the times of old, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and plantest them.
It says, with thine hand. Is not the white man the Most High's hand?
Yep.
Meaning that the Most High controls you.
Yep.
So Joshua and his men, that was the Most High's hand.
Kind.
And he killed people with that. With Joshua and his men. Okay, read on.
It said, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and plantedest them. It says, how thou didst afflict the people, and cast them out. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them.
Right, neither did their own arm, neither did their own hand, meaning that the Most High put the spiritual power on them, man. Just like in the days of Maccabees, when Judas Maccabees was fucking other nations up, and not one of the Maccabees died at one point, till they came back joyfully, meaning that they had spiritual power. Because they fought tens of thousands of men. And all the other nations feared them. Because the Most High used them and put the spiritual power on them. So it tells you right here that, read that again.